When you see Zook in school, he was constantly out of fuel. All he does is follow me. Like a stinking fly, he can't help it, cuz I'm the trailblazing guy. Zook knows nothing like a baby. Everywhere he looks, he thinks maybe I have to show him the ropes, but all he does is move.
You should see West in school. He ain't nothing but a ridicule. He thinks he's a top student, but when in truth he's nothing but imprudent. Feels like he's entitled to everything. Tells the birds for him they should sing. Chest up, walks around proud, with a small push and he was sure drop now.
The boy right there, oh, he's such a rookie. Well, at least I had my friends. You only had me pretend all the way to the end. You're lucky we're even related, cause you're my brother. If not, Sepa be bothered. And cause I'm the world's greatest, you can pause, go all in my shadows, bask in the awesomeness, the magnificence, the one and only DK West. DK West, DK West, he's the best, he's the best. DK West, DK West, he's the best, oh, he's the best. DK West.
Don't mean a thing. You think you're the center of everything, but this greatness that you speak simply hides the fact that you're meek. And these delusions are really your illusions, and your rhymes are just behind the times. You think that you are a king, but if I said that, I'd be lying. The world doesn't revolve around you. Even in the multiverse, you're not worth a verse. Oh, rest, 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 rest in peace. Oh, he's dust.
Zook in college, he still thirsts for my knowledge. Only knows how to trail me by, or else I do high. He does nothing but cry. He thinks he's a real ace, when he's a real bad case. All he does is copy my moves and make mismatched tempos that don't groove.
In college is such a shame. The top spot is no longer his to claim. All respect he used to have has now been drop in half. He hates seeing me succeed so well. He turns into a child and bids college bye-bye. The once great West, with all his charming ability, has now learned a hard lesson in humility.
A real baddie robber, not even a showstopper. He stole all my friends, had none of his own. And Nadia, man, you remember that girl? You only added her cause I was in the sheet. You couldn't stop at stealing friends. You stole a girl that made me couldn't breathe. Robber of friends, copycat Zook. You ain't nothing without West. You ain't nothing without West. You ain't nothing without West.
Nadia never liked you, West, cause you were slimy, sleazy, cheesy. Ewa, con un hero. Actually, see, desperado. From a scale of 1 to 10, you are below the bottom of the lame end. You were never as good as you thought. Oh, your imagination never had a drought. You think you're a marathon runner. You never even ran right and pilot. You were canceled. The end. And she left college with the most shame to hide. Left the loser, snoozer, my brother. Oh, mic drop. Reality check, please. Cash that adulting life. You DK hack.
Hello. Hello. It's been a while. It's been some days since we have had an art stream. Ugh. I am at an entirely new place. I am not at my home. And here's the surprising thing about that. I thought it'd be, oh god, I thought it'd be like, oh, university, it's not gonna have good Wi-Fi. The fucking Wi-Fi here is better than my own house. What the hell?
No, I'll follow you just in case he tries to come and beat you up. And I also want your passport.
Miss Morier, thank you for the follow. So hopefully, if I'd known that beforehand, we could have had a better Super Paper Mario stream before me going, I know about the lag. But I'm gonna get the playlist going here and then we can start drawing. Nope, that's not the playlist. Oh, hey! That's a coincidence, because Undertale is... Yeah, there we go. Just gotta... And then I'll move OBS to the top of my second monitor so that I can draw and look at chat. There. Let me know if the mixing is a little weird, cause new setup and everything. Hope I've had a good day. Yeah, I've had a pretty good day. Benry Metaton, oh god. We're gonna just... Yeah, we got drawings. Worm. Yes, I am drawing. This is also the first time I'm actually using, like, the usual art program I use on camera, so it won't just be me struggling to figure out Fire Alpaca for once. I don't think I'm going to be drawing ref sheets specifically, but I do want to get something digitally for the Vampire AU. I'm going to just pull up a reference here, because I want to get the nice architecture. Yeah, unlike Balp, I am not living that one monitor life. Just gonna pop that bad boy in there. Oopsie, that's a line. I've been loving the vamp, thank you. You accidentally muted this stream. Very good, very nice. I'm gonna adjust that a little. And try and get some semblance of... Yeah, the stairs is nice. We'll try and do stairs. Yeah, I'm glad people like it. It's very fun to write. Because what we do in the shadows is very funny. So, it's good. Just kinda, yep. Why'd I put so much goddamn Paper Mario music on here? Yeah, I'm not good at drawing stairs. I don't know if you've noticed, but I will deal with it. You made me like vampires a little. Well, I'm on Team Vampire. I don't know what to say. The age-old vampires versus werewolves. I didn't like Jim as a child, okay? So that says all you need to know about me. Like, forget jock versus prep versus goth or whatever. No, it's do you like vampires or do you like werewolves? That's the age-old question. Both teams, yes. You can be a joth. You can watch it on Hulu, nice. If you like werewolves but hated Jim, what does that make you? A normal person, I think. Now that I think about it, if you like werewolves, you probably don't like Jim. Nobody who likes Jim likes werewolves. People who like Jim, athletes, people who like staying in shape, that's it. But like, even people who like staying in shape must have some kind of problem with Jim, right? Like, sure, for like young prepubescent boys, that's the only really way to play organized sports, but like, if you're gonna play organized sports, you're just gonna sign up for the local soccer team. You're not gonna do it with your class, cause fucking guess what? If you want to have fun playing football, you're gonna sign up for a football team and not like play with like a bunch of people who don't want to be there, you know? So gym is not for anyone. Nobody likes gym class. Maybe you do if you're like a hormonal teenage boy or a teenage girl, but not all of us. Like, there's those posts where it's just like, oh, everyone hates gym, and I'm starting to think that's correct. Everyone hates gym for like a whole bunch of reasons. I would be more than glad to go to the gym, you know, just do a workout, you know, I did Zumba recently. Fucking, that's weird, but you know, I don't mind exercising as long as it's not with a bunch of teenage boys. I mean, in my high school, they did do quote-unquote all girls. That's how I infiltrated them. But, you know how it is. Just sleep on the floor in the corner with the coats. Yeah, I don't actually know everyone's standing on, like, gym class, because, being in Catholic school for most of my life means we're all a bunch of fucking nerds. You know, things don't go wrong in Catholic school. Everyone just kind of silently hates each other. We don't fight, we just silently hate each other. No, that's not... I'm not gonna make his legs like that. Ooh. I don't like having to redo entire sections on stream, but it doesn't look right. But yeah, talking about Catholic school is the worst, because, like, either it's, like, somebody who understands exactly the kind of vibes you got, or, like, someone who's like, yeah, my Catholic school had nuns in it. Mine didn't. Mine absolutely did not. God, that's just my, like, default, just telling school stories. I like talking about school stories. Speaking of school stories, there's something I can talk about. I've been having my first week of university. Reversity. I need to say, I love the way you do your hair, Mothra. Thank you! I do like my hair floofy. The one compliment I constantly think of was when somebody called my hair warm on the string hair. And, like, yeah, it is. Not intentionally, but it is. Yeah, honestly, the kind of Catholic school I went to was like, it's not, when you hear the words Catholic school, you think of, like, nuns, you know, but it's really just like public school, except if everyone was lame. And if every month they dragged you into the gym to do, like, an assembly, and so you could hear some first graders, like, off tune singing about God. You know, like, each grade level would have their month to do an assembly. Whoopsie, I forgot pointy ears. Each grade level would have their month to do an assembly. And it really wasn't a win-win, like, at all. Because either you had, like, younger students who couldn't sing. Like, they were into it, but they couldn't sing, you know? Like, of course you're gonna be into it as a young child, because, you know, who cares? You get to sing a song. But I don't know how to tell you this. First graders can't keep a tune. Or you have the older kids who have, like, if you live in a Catholic school, you're either a future Karen or, like, you've already become an atheist, so that you can just kind of sense the 8th graders, like, wanting to, start a revolution. who want to sing but can't, and those who can't sing it and don't want to. But yeah, university is nice because there's no more mandatory assembly. There's no more uniform, FFS. Catholic schools all had to wear uniform. That was stupid. It was so ugly. I need to show you guys this nonsense. Yep, school uniform. And now you might be picturing it in your brain that this uniform is something beautiful, and it's like, you know, like awesome private school uniforms. Hell no. Hell no, absolutely not. You know what we had? We had a navy polo, and that's it. I'm gonna take a screenshot and just put it in my art program real quick. This ugly gray pants, like cardigans. We didn't get hoodies until I was like way into high school. These wonderful polo shirts that are sensory hell. Yeah, looks a bit shit. Ooh. Yeah, oh god, yeah. Yeah, we're very lucky that we didn't have to do kilts, but a uniform is a uniform. Though in elementary and high school, I was very bad at like picking out a new outfit for every day, so there's that at least. I need to make Benry funny short. That whenever somebody asks like how tall or short my Benry is, he's funny short. His height fluctuates on whatever I think is the funniest. If he's next to Coomer, he's probably gonna be ridiculously tiny, because Coomer's already kind of tiny. But if he's next to like Gordon or Tommy or something, he's a bit bigger. He's funny short. You once wore a Halloween costume to school without knowing and no one stopped me. Great. I think I had like a skeleton. I went as a skeleton in 7th grade and I still have the shirt and I just wear it sometimes. But it was 7th grade, so I did go as a skeleton, but I did also wear a blue hoodie and pink slippers. I think my pumpkin was like papyrus that year too. October / Halloween was honestly one of my favorite holidays as a child, and still kind of now. Sense. Still kind of now, and it's like you can kind of, because Halloween is the one time of the year where I can get away with cosplaying, because I don't. Cringe Mothra has failed interest and cannot go, Mother, I wish to cosplay as Gordon Freeman. Might you buy me an orange jacket? But for Halloween, my mom was like, what do you want to be? And I was like, Mother, I wish to be Gordon Freeman for Halloween. This is socially acceptable. And so that's what I would do. I would just like... So here's what happened. Sometime in like 4th grade, I went as Claudine Wolf from Monster High for Halloween. And you know, the thing about going as a copyrighted character for Halloween is that nobody knows who you are. If you're in a neighborhood like mine in suburban Catholic school Canada, nobody knows anything. So I was just like, fuck this. Nobody will ever ask what I am again because I'm never going to have a costume of copyrighted characters ever. And that was my evil plan. I went as Peach though for like 6th grade. Rights. And then one time I went as like a bee and I was like, yes. No, everyone will know it's a bee. Everyone will know it's a bee. There was one guy who didn't know it was a bee and I was like, fuck it! Fuck this. Benry? So yeah, just for a while after, I think I just made a lot of my Halloween costumes just like, it was just cosplay. Like in 7th grade, I went as a skeleton, and that was... No, I think it was 8th grade. Because 7th grade, I was the bee. And then 8th grade, I was a skeleton slash Sans. Sans Undertale. Someone didn't... Yeah, that was my, like, motto. There's always one person who's gonna be like, and what are you supposed to be? And, you know, they're trying their best. I think in 9th grade, I was Mabel from Gravity Falls. I still probably have that up on my Instagram somewhere. Am I really looking for my old Halloween costume? Yes, I am. Doing that on stream. Oh, I remember what I went for as Halloween 10th grade. That's a bit of a deep cut. I'm gathering pictures of my Halloween costume. I'm sorry. Rotating the idea of going as either Gordon or Barney in my mind. I'm not that good at arts and crafts though. And I think 11th grade. What did I go as in 11th grade? Oh yeah, I went as a Giovanni from Pokemon. And then in 12th grade, I went as Ford. And it was great. Notorious moth moment. I forget if Benry has a cape or not. I don't even know my own AU. No, he doesn't, right? Because G-Man's the one with the cape. Yeah. I don't know why. This is a rhetorical question. Go as both Gordon and Barney. Gorny. If he doesn't have a cape, he should. 2 capes. Fuck it. Give him a cape. Fuck it. I'm the boss. I say Benry needs a cape. Yeah, I remember early HLVRI, like when I was early into it, I was like, I cannot imagine Benry without a helmet. And to this day, it's still kind of hard for me to imagine. And then I saw all these like long-haired Benrys, and then I was like, what if my Benry was just kind of like Barney, but a little fucky? Oh, G-Man's gonna be too tall to fit into the frame. That's not great. Barney, but vaguely wrong. Let's make like a fucked up. Fucked up painting. just make him like the Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls. I'm just gonna shift things down a little bit, because Tommy also needs to be in the frame. I can leave G-Man out of the frame, but I don't think I can leave Tommy out of the frame. Excellent. G-Man goes to Brazil. Just have G-Man stand like a bit too out of frame. His stupid Bart hair. I remember someone, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go draw G-Man out of frame now. I was like, I hate drawing G-Man's stupid Bart hair, and then someone was like, just don't draw like Bart hair then, and I was like, oh, easy solution. I need to make sure he's sufficiently ugly. Yeah, there we go. Make it a bigger cape. Yeah, no. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that later. No. God, the playlist is not being a fucking vibe right now. I'm gonna find some jams. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey now, here is my song.
Just draw Mr. Bahama
For
here.
you. Yeah, that's right. I wish that I was yours, but I'm too shy, I suppose.
I want to like.
Only I could just conjure a spell.
You ever get like where you want to revamp the way you draw some characters, but like you've drawn them like this for so long that it just kind of sticks? Every time I look at Gordon and I'm like, what the fuck? I need to fix him. And then I need to fix him with the fuck, and then I just don't. Fucked up Gordon remains. Yo, hi Maddie. Everyone in HLVRI who I draw is kind of fucked up, but it's like, well, I've gotten an ass blocks famousness, so now I gotta draw him like this. It's not really that I like gotta, it's just that like, I'm gonna make Tommy's ears a bit tinier. It's not that I gotta, it's just like, how do you just revamp? Like, that's why I don't get artists who are like, I'm gonna change my art style, and then they just like do it. Like, that's not how it should work. If you want to change your art style, that just comes like naturally, you know? If I've seen like at least 5 different artists go, okay, I'm gonna change my art style now, and then try out something new, and it's like ugly and awkward because they're just like trying to not do what they're already doing, you know? Marius has this exact outfit, but I don't like it. Okay, it's fine. But like, you know, you can't just go, okay, today I will change my art style, because that's not how it works. If you want to change your art style, then you gotta start experimenting, and what always helps me is like, if I want to change my art style, I look at artists that inspire me, and you know, I'd see what they do, like try and practice with it a little bit, follow some more tutorials and stuff. You don't just go, okay, today I will change my art style, and then, because usually what happens is that you don't really change your art style, your art style is you applying the techniques that you've learned. And if you're consciously trying to change it, then you're just throwing away what you've learned. That's my opinions on it. Because you're focusing more on what you don't want to do instead of what you are doing. Tommy is the only sane one here, him and Darnold. I want to make a chapter on the vampire fic about Darnold. Nobody knows what he is still, and we might find out. And, you know what I want to do? I'm not going to talk too much about Darnold, because it might be spoilers. But what I want to do, since I've watched the TV series of What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah, boy Hopscotch, thank you for the follow. What I want to do is, it would be fun to make, like, someone an energy vampire. Like Barney. I can just imagine, like, Barney with this little accent going around, talking to people and draining their energy. Goldberry, thank you for the follow. So if you haven't seen the TV series, an energy vampire is basically like, they can go out during the daytime, but instead of like sucking people's blood, they drain your energy, which like that's like just, it would be the equivalent to like someone at work like trying to strike up a conversation, and it's like really fucking boring, and that's what energy vampires are. Extroverts. Yeah. I just think it'd be a really funny concept, especially if like, but having Barney and Benry together, cause I mean, look at him. He's so vampire it hurts. And then his good friend Barney is just like, did y'all see the football game last night? And he's like, God fucking damn it. But, you know, ultimate indulgence for me, Mothra. Like, once Super Paper Mario VRAI happened, it was over for me. I was just like, yeah, I can put my OCs fucking anywhere. I can put Barney anywhere. I am free to do whatever I want. I haven't seen I've seen the first ep, but haven't seen anything past that. Yeah, it's really good. I don't have any, like... That's what energy vampires are. You missed the entire explanation. Yeah, the show's really good. I just went onto, like, r/piracy and went, where are good sites to steal movies? And then I watched the show. But, like, watching What We Do in the Shadows is not necessary to understand a vampire AU. I just think it's a really funny take on being a vampire. It's just very funny in general. Yeah, okay, well, we have Darnold, we have Tommy, we have everyone. Now we're gonna have to come back to the elephant in the room. Hold on, let me fix up these stairs. Fucking G-Man. First start stream back and he's already tormenting me. Okay, normally vampire houses don't really have windows, but I want to be able to fit Forzen and the Hunters in here somehow. Just make it very small. Yeah, it's fine if you have windows. Just block them off. Just block them off. I don't remember what the fuck I gave Forzen. Oh yeah, tank top, cause werewolf. Of course, it's beret. Yeah, werewolf Forzen just has like ripped everything. You know, like maybe this wasn't a tank top before. You guys have no way of knowing, cause it's probably ripped. I have so many like fix that I need to finish, but it's fine. Yeah, just I do love a good garlic bread. Yeah, there, Bible. Fuck. I need to find a funny way to get rid of G-Man forever. Gordon can't eat garlic bread anymore. Yeah, none of them can. Well, except Arnold, maybe. Yeah, just make him super fucking tall. That'll work. It's beautiful. I love drawing G-Man. This is not cheap. This is not cheap in this light. Holy shit, he's tall. It's perfect. That'll work. Darnold alone is the chosen one to wield garlic bread. Yeah, my vampire canon is far more sympathetic than usual. I do like the list of extremely arbitrary vampire weaknesses because that makes him not as OP, but like, what we do in the shadows vampires can't even eat human food without horking, and I feel bad. I want vampires to eat human food. It's just like junk food. All of it's junk food. Like, I do imagine, like, Gordon as a new vampire, and he's like, oh boy, let me get some carbs in, I haven't had anything to eat all day. And he eats, like, some fucking super healthy thing. And then there's just no carbs, and he gets mad. He's like, what the fuck? Alright, now to make Benry look properly gross. Speaking of vampires, well, no, I should never say speaking of anything. Because when I say speaking of things, my ADHD brain is not speaking of anything. Anyway, speaking of vampires, I'm gonna try and finish the Reckoning blog soon. Not like finish, but like the first installment, I suppose. Because October is coming up, and doing a Halloween special for the Reckoning would be neat. Because I do have a Halloween AU for them. Benry's just a little fucked up. Yeah, Levi. I was thinking about Levi the other day because I had the horrible realization he was just fucking goth JFK. Yeah. Speaking of Clone High, someone came in my ass box and it's like, dude, HLVRI Clone High you, and I was like, some things even I can't do. Yes, there it is. That's the logic. Tabby got it. Oh, from Clone High, not the real John F. Kennedy. It's been very popular on TikTok lately, so I watched Clone High, and it was good, but like, it is very early 2000s, you know? I'm getting into this. I'm getting into my art. But yeah, I have an AU where like Sinclair and Marius are like supernatural hunters, and they come to this town full of supernatural. And it's better than Supernatural, the show. I hate drawing Ruffles so much. Bees is a sea monster. Lucy is a witch, and Mona is like her familiar. She's a crow woman. And Asma is a vampire because of fucking course they are. Belfi is a mad scientist, and Levi is his terrible creation. And I don't think there's any werewolves in it yet. But like, Belfi, the mad scientist, is too good to not indulge. I can't even make Levi a werewolf. Never be a vampire because they wear so many long black clothes and I overheat way too easy for that. I have a lot of black clothes in my wardrobe. This is a conscious choice. I went to the mall just yesterday hoping to like find some new clothes maybe, but I had a bit of an adventure, and by the time I got there, it was like 30 minutes to closing, so I just grabbed some poutine and then went home. Fans of my Tumblr will know that I did, in fact, go on a great adventure, which was... So here's what I think happened. I tried to take the bus that was like an express to this mall that I was going to. And I was like, okay, fucking express. I think there was a second express bus that went to a different mall. Because, like, I was on, like, the other side of town, man. I got off because some other lady got off, and I was like, well, I'm on the other side of town. So, you know, I go back on Google Maps. Well, first of all, I go on Tumblr, and I tell people I'm on an adventure, because why the fuck wouldn't I? And then I take the bus back to this mall, and then I'm at this mall, and it's like 30 minutes to closing. And I go to Hot Topic, because I'm near Hot Topic, and I check it out, and there's nothing of value to me. I already have enough graphic tees. I'm settled. So I go out of Hot Topic, and then I go to New York Fries, and I get a poutine, and then I ride the bus all the way home. So that was the story of how it took me like an hour to get a poutine. God damn it, Benry, why do you have so many ruffles? Poutine is like my second favorite food, honestly. I think my first would have to be burgers, but like the really hearty... Was the poutine worth it? Yes. New York Fries is in my top 5 poutines. Like I love those really hearty, like meaty burgers. And I'm a bit of a picky eater. That's the word society has for it. So I just get my burgers with like a fuck ton of meat and I go to town on it. I could never get tired of burgers, man. But poutine, like you get tired of poutine. Have it your way, fucking Harvey's. Rare burger. Yeah, if I had to describe how I like burgers, it's like, you know when you go to a restaurant and there's like a normal people option, you know, it's like, oh, you got your lettuce, you got your tomato, and then there's like some sort of menu option that's like fucking meat burger, where it's just like a burger and all that's on it is like bacon and like ketchup and mayo, and like it's 3 patties large. It's like meant for truckers or some shit. That's my kind of burger. Just put a bunch of meat in a bun and then dunk it in sauce, and that's a burger. But like, what do you mean rare? That's steak. Burgers are regular. You go to a fast food restaurant and you say, "Hi, can I get a burger?" And then they're like, sure, we'll give you your burger. And then they give you the burger, and then you're done. The transaction is complete. Fast food style. Does Benry look gross enough? Hold on. That's a question Well, I'm not talking restaurant. I'm talking fast food. I'm not talking Hanky Panky the Keg, where they ask you how you want your burger. They say, "Hello, welcome to McDonald's. What do you want?" And I say, "I want a burger." And then they give me the burger. And then that's it. We're having burger discourse. I go to Donald's Dockside Eatery and I order 1 burger, and then they give me the burger, and then that's it. God, if getting into heated arguments about food, I read Notorious Gordon moment. Anyways, what I was saying before that question got sprung onto me, the thing about poutine is like, it's like fries and gravy and cheese, and it's goddamn delicious. You love that fries and gravy and cheese. But here's the thing about poutine. You don't usually have it on a plate. Like, sometimes if I go to Swiss Chalet, I have that shit on a plate. And the cheese is everywhere, and the fries are everywhere, and the gravy is everywhere, and it's beautiful. And you have a good time. But most fast food restaurants stick poutine in like a nice box, like a box, and that's fine for if you want to have your poutine on the go. But the poutine box puts all the cheese on the top. Like, it's a fine layer of cheese all at the top. And so once you've gotten through the cheese layer, what do you have? You have gravy fries. What's the point? There is no point. So you're just got a pile of sad wet fries. Mothra, what is poutine? It's just like fries and gravy and like cheese curds, and that's it. You can add more stuff onto it, but that's the traditional way of doing it. There is much debate about the origin of poutine. There's like 3 different like origin stories, and it's all like some Yankee out in like the beautiful Quebec countryside had a brilliant idea to put gravy onto fries and cheese curds, and now they invented poutine. That's basically the down low on most of the poutine backstories. But I will say my favorite old name for poutine was that, according to legend, the original name for it was frites patate sauce or something like that, and I just love that so much. Fries potato sauce. And don't come saying that the potato is not patate. That's what it says. That's what it said. I know potato is fucking pomme de terre. You don't have to tell me. Oh yeah. The proper and correct pronunciation of poutine is you gotta get real Quebecois, okay? You gotta get in the headspace, and you gotta say, I like poutine. You know, you gotta eliminate most sounds. It's fucking poutine. But they don't teach us Quebecois French. They teach us France French, and then we speak France French with an English accent. You know, bonjour, comment ça va? Comme ci, comme ça, oh oui, madame, est-ce que je peux aller à la toilette? That's how you speak French in fucking 4th grade, okay? And then in high school, you know, extended French kids, they start to kind of try forcing the accent. You know, we all start going a little bit more. It's like, yeah, je suis, fini, oh, funny joke, And then there was like the actual Quebecois kids who would like, you know, teacher would be like, okay, discuss. And then so this gospel food court. Listen, if you correct somebody on poutine, you're one of the fucking, you are the reason Canadians make fun of Quebec, okay? But you'd have like the kids who don't try like at all to like have an accent, and that's valid because you're not in accent class, you're in French class. So but like they're also like the dumb jock kind of guys who are like only in it for the credit. So you know they'd be like, oh, it was so weird French class in high school because like none of us fucking knew how to speak French, okay? It wasn't that we hadn't been taught before, we were all just stupid and never paid attention, so we don't know avoir and regular conjugations. So these guys in my French class, they'd be like, aujourd'hui, and then everyone else would be like, oh, and then he would be like, j'ai mangé, and then we'd be like, and then he'd be like, une pomme, and then everyone would be like, oh, il a mangé une pomme, oh. And that's what happens. Isn't that why you take a French class though, to learn French? Yeah, but for context, I'm a Canadian, so a lot of French class is we have a mandatory French class in 4th grade, And like throughout all of elementary, you have to take French classes, but that's like core French. You can take what we call extended French if you. Oh, I have no idea what you say. It was very simple. I just said today I ate an apple, and that's nothing to freak out over. So like 4th to 8th grade, you take these mandatory core French classes, and you can upgrade to like, you know, you spend the morning in English and the afternoon in French, and it's called French immersion or extended French. And most of us were forced into extended French by our parents, because that's what happens when you live in fucking Canada. So, you know, language classes, especially like extended French, that's not something you take out of love for the language. I'm speaking incomprehensible French and alienating all my viewers. Like, that's not... You don't take a French class in Ontario if you, like, have a genuine love for the language. That's not what you do. If you have a love for the language, you move to fucking Quebec, okay? You take French if you want to have a government job. You take French because your parents force you to. You take French because your friends are taking French. And that's it. So, no, none of us paid any attention in French class. So that's how you got, like, the kids who would hype themselves up over, like, getting passé composé correctly, which is just the past tense. It's just the most basic form of past tense. Not some bullshit like, imparfait or, like, God, what? Plus que parfait, fuck that shit. Fun thing about French, you know, people give English flack all the time. Yeah, English is confusing. Well, you know what? We have the past tense and the present tense. Fucking French has got, like, the future tense. The future tense if you want to be polite. The future tense if shit is still happening. Like, shut the fuck up. It's just in the past, okay? And then you got, like, the actual Quebecois kids who, like, you know, moved from Quebec. They moved from Quebec and, you know, they speak fucking Quebecois. So, you know, they're kind of expecting, like, something here, you know. Yes, future tense. I don't know. So, like, you know, you have these Quebecois kids, and whenever the teacher's like, alright, we shall start a group discussion, and you have us, you know, we're fucking, and we're like, je pense que le livre est correct, and then everyone would be like, oh, the livre, oh, and then the fucking Quebecois kids would start saying, like, start fucking rap godding at you, because that's their actual second language, and we would be like, what the fuck? Yeah, I probably worded that wrong, but there's, like, there's a lot of, like, different tenses. Passé composé is just regular, like, past tense. And you think once you've learned passé composé, you're like, okay, I can fucking speak in the past now. It's great. And then, like, a year later, teachers are like, no, that's not where we stop. And it's like, the passé composé is something in the past that has already happened. Like, I visited my friend Lori's house. We were done visiting Lori. And then it's like, now it's time for imparfait. You're like, imparfait, what is that? How can a speaking tense be imperfect? I feel bad for that. And then it's like, oh, well, don't fucking feel bad. Don't feel bad, because imparfait is something that is continually happening still. And it's like, something like, I go, sorry, hold on, let me just look up imparfait real quick. Imparfait. Imparfait indicatif. Oh, it's all in French, alright. What the fuck? Okay, I got no idea what this goddamn site is saying. Yeah, imparfait wasn't that bad, but like... No, 02 is back. No. Yeah, I'm talking about French. Okay. Ongoing. Actions that were ongoing or repeated in the past. So, if I were to say, like, when he was small, Lucas loved cake. Like, that was an ongoing thing. He didn't just love cake once. He keeps loving cake, but in the past. And so that's what imparfait is for. So if you ever want to say you love cake, remember imparfait, okay? Shit. And then there was, you know, and we were like, okay. And then teachers were like, but that's not all. But that's not all. Welcome to fucking future prosh. And then we were like, okay, you can speak in the future tense. And it's like, I'm going to the mall. I'm going to go to the mall soon. Okay, that's the future tense. And they was like, no, that's not it. Fucking future sampler. And we were all like, what the fuck is future sampler for? I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't know what the fuck future sampler is for. So we're all kind of confused, but you know, we'll get through it. And then fucking high school happens. And it's like, welcome back to French class. Here's fucking conditionnel. And we're like, what's conditionnel? And he's like, you fucking know what conditionnel is. It's... Hold on. I forget what conditionnel is, but I remember being really mad at it. The conditional can be used in French as a tense and as a mood. As a tense, le conditionnel expresses the future scene from a past point of view. As a mood, the conditional allows us to talk about a hypothetical or imagined reality that can only occur under circumstances. What the fuck? Everyone gangsta till conditional comes around. Yeah, anyways, my last French class story is how I stole, like, all 5 copies of my 8th grade French teacher's Phantom of the Opera. I'm sorry. Yeah, fuck French. Language of love, my ass. People, you know, I'm not gonna... If you like speaking French, good for you. Good for you. But, like, every time I see someone try to spice up their work with, like, French, the language of love, I'm like, no, fuck that. French is the language of fucking conditionnel. Fucking Dr. and Mrs. Vandertramp. You know, it's like, l'amour. And it's like, no, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's the sound you make for French. That's what you gotta do in French class. You gotta go, sweet. And I'm done. Like, I was fine with French. I was fine with French for a while because my 9th grade French teacher was kind of just, he was a French teacher, but he was also like the coach of like 5 teams. So he would just kind of leave all the time. We'd be like, where's our French teacher? And then the supply teacher would be like, oh, he's at a baseball tournament. And we'd be like, yup. So that was fine. And then in grade 10 and grade 11, we had this cool fucking guy. I call him Dale because my friend was like, I showed it to my friend and he was like, this guy looks like a Dale. And they were like, lol, Dale. And then we find out that his first name is actually like Danilo and we were like, holy shit, it's Dale. So his name was Dale. And he was, you know, like those teachers who are like absolutely like crazy when you're not like, when you're in like your first year with them or like first few weeks and they're like, holy shit. And then like like a few months go by and suddenly you guys are like ride or die. He was that kind of guy. Yeah, he was one of my favorites. Yeah, like in a good way. Cause I remember one of the what would really like sum up my experience with him is that I did a presentation on like the 1980s or something because we had history class with him. And we were like, okay, that's it. And he was like, you ladies forgot a very important event. And we were like, oh god, oh Jesus, he's gonna snipe us. And then he was like, my birth. And we were like, oh, okay. But then what happened is that he got moved. And we were all like, oh shit. Cause our big senior trip during March break, yeah, yep, March break senior trip, which did not happen. So like that already, you know, that was out the window because some fucking math teacher took over, and then coronavirus happened. But anyways, the most upsetting part of this is that we had a different French teacher, and oh my fucking god, she is the reason I no longer look fondly back at French. Okay. She was like one of those teachers who wears like those infinity scarves. You know, they think They want to be all young and trendy, but actually they're like, they eat babies or something. And one thing that annoyed me about her, like, I know I just said that we're not here for accent class, and we aren't. And you know what happens? You know what happens? She pronounced everyone's name in a distinctly French way. That's not something you fucking do, okay? That's not something you fucking do. Starlight Mix, your art style looks familiar to me, like from an ass blog from Tumblr. I kinda do have a bit of a famous ass blog on Tumblr. It's called Y2KVR. I don't know if you've heard of it. But like this teacher, I don't know if anybody else here knows other languages, but you should know that names don't really change in other languages. Okay, so this woman did not have an accent. She had a very English accent. She was not a Frenchman at birth, okay? The only time when your name changes in another language is if that person has an accent and says your name weird. Like if your name is Emily, I just said Emily wrong. If your name is Emily, you know, if a natural Frenchman like comes up speaking to you, they might say Emily, because that's how French people speak. They say Emily. This fucking teacher, she was not French, okay? So this dude in our class, his name was George. You know what she said? George. Hello, George. What the fuck? Every teacher in Ottawa would change the pronunciation of your name to be more French. Ah, so that's the system. That's the system's fault. I gotta fight every French teacher now. You know, fucking, hello, George. And fucking this dude named Gabriel. Hello, Gabrielle. Fucking Gabrielle. Hello? Noah. You don't... No zone. And there was the only name that she didn't really change in a French way was Tessa. She would just call her Tess. That's not very French of you. My name? You know, I don't really care. It's my fucking secret cis agency name. So my name is Charlotte, and she would go fucking, Charlotte? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get that out of your mouth. Charlotte. What the fuck do I look like? Some kind of goddamn onion? Shallot? No. Get out of here. Tessa. No, you're not gonna say Tess? Mcha. Ma girlfriend Mcha. Yeah, it can't be. I have heard like stories of like language teachers like making people pick more like ethnic names, I guess. Like when they're in French or like Spanish class. You know, like if your name is like Paige or something, and it's like, no, your name is Nina now. It's like, okay. I don't know if that's a thing that happens, but imagine being assigned the name Nina by a teacher. It's a thing. Why though? I have no idea. I guess it's, you know, like to help you like adjust to the language more. Well, I don't know, cause like if your name is like Stu, and you're trying to get a grip of like the Spanish kind of like intonation or like Frenchy kind of intonation. Stu is not a name which is Spanish or French. So, you know, hola, soy Stu. So it's like, but you can say, hola, soy Ricardo. Yeah. It seems kind of stupid because, like, whatever, man. Hola, soy sauce. But yeah, my brain is kind of too everywhere to learn a language. English is my first language, and I don't even speak that one very good. And I remember the one other time I tried learning a language was the Duolingo Portuguese course, because my dad's side of the family is Portuguese. And I remember one time my dad was like, well, you've been living with us for 15 years and you don't know how to speak Portuguese? And I was like, oh fuck. And that just got to me, bro. I felt something deep inside. Quite a lot of like Portuguese people in Canada. Every city near Toronto has like, you know, their Portuguese neighborhood. We got some in Oakville. We got we got some in Hamilton. We got some in Toronto. We got some in Burlington. But I think one of my favorite interactions with the Portuguese language is when I was talking to another girl who had like Portuguese family, and I was like, yeah, my fucking avó and avô, and then she's like, you're what? And I was like, avó and avô, because that's grandma and grandpa in Portuguese. And then she was like, you mean vava and vovo? And I was like, what are you saying to me? And that's how I learned that just saying avó and avô is apparently just literally going like grandmother and grandfather. So that's how that happened. Who's posting penis in my chat? Then what the wrong with my penis? Yeah, Latin is fun. That was like my my go-to like buzzword language. Can you have a slice of penis? Give my chat a slice of penis. But like, you know how sometimes kids go through these phases where like, how do I name a character? Oh, I know. I'll look up Japanese on the Google, and I'll look up the name for like Lily, and that'll be their name. That was me, but like with Latin words. I was like, how do I make this sound cooler? Oh, I know. Put it in fucking Latin. It doesn't actually sound that much cooler. But sometimes I do like need a nice buzzword, and they're like, can Latin help? Can we ask our good friend Latin? Thank you for the follow, Josh of the Zombies. Only just realized now that notifications were a little cut off there. Yeah, you know, we've all been there. Just yeah, if I wasn't at university right now, I would totally like pull up stuff I have done as a child, because it's all there on my like old clunker of a computer. But one of the things I think is interesting is how I didn't actually have like a big persona until like maybe a few years ago, maybe this year. Like I would just draw myself. And some years myself looked very tired, and some years I was just goofy. And some years I drew myself as having like, hold on, let me hype Henry. So in grade 7 I got my hair straightened. So I used to draw myself in grade 5 kind of like this, with the eyebrows, so that's how you know I'm cool and edgy. With then the kind of fucked up nose. And, you know, I wouldn't put any detail in the hair because I didn't know how to do that yet. And then I would draw a tiny, tiny neck and then, you know, fuck up the anatomy real good. I'd put like a skull on my shirt or something. That's how you know I'm badass. And then I would go run off to be a self-insert for like Anime Husbands or something. And then in 7th grade, I got my hair cut and straightened once, and then I proceeded to draw myself like this for years. For like a few years. But this, I gotta draw the headgear, because The way I remember drawing my 7th grade self was as a fucking Skylander self-insert. That's how I did it. And so that was how I drew myself for a few years, with fucking short, straight hair. Ridiculous to see. And then fucking these days it's like what has happened? What has become of Mothra? Something great, of course. Draw dark circles under my eyes, not to be edgy, but because I'm fucked up and evil. Just fucking exaggerate that hair. Mothra has become evil. Yeah, I did like my little sketchy comic about that a while ago. It was like one day I'll finally be the villain I was meant to be, and then like that just means drawing myself with a fucked up mustache. But yeah, you know, ADHD moments when you can't remember how old you are during a certain like grade or whatever, but you can remember how you used to draw. Well, I suppose there was a small intermission where I drew myself anime style for a while. Now let me just try and unlearn anatomy here for a second. Guideline, and I could completely ignore that. I'm a great artist. I don't need guidelines. I love what I do. Small fucking nose, and then fucking, and then continue with like the no defined hair. Yeah, that was my grand resurgence into the world of art. Like I drew like this for a few years, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm serious now. Mothra has become a serious artist. And then in March break of 6th grade, I just sat down and watched a bunch of how to draw anime tutorials, and I was like, I now understand how to draw. Which fucking, that's not how it works. But I was an arrogant little shit. Oh yeah, the grooves. Arrow's villain rights. And then in 6th grade, God, such a travesty. 6th grade me. Like I taught some of my friends how to draw anime style, and then it was like, oh fuck, I've given away all my secrets. I'm a travesty. And then like none of them ever tried to draw again, so it was like, oh, never mind. I could probably draw in like an anime style if I wanted to. Yeah, 6th grade. 6th grade was like the height of my emo phase. Fucking, my favorite bands were System of a Down, Creature Feature, My Chemical Romance, and Avenged Sevenfold. I just listened to that shit a whole bunch. I was really into Happy Tree Friends, which, for the unenlightened, is a show about cute animals getting gored all the time. And I thought the whole world was against me, man. That was like prime fight before the world fights against you, Mothra. And then in grade 7, I was like, I think in grade 7 I just, I watched my brother play Skylanders, and I was like, whoa, Skylanders, that's pretty cool. And then that was the end of my emo phase. Kinda. I was still listening to 21 Pilots, but that is not emo, so it's a phase. Oh yeah, moving. I was lucky that I only moved in 2nd grade, but I thought my life was over. I was like, okay, all my friends are gone. They said don't forget to write, but I'm an 8-year-old. I don't know how to send letters. All right, there goes my social life. But you know, I was in 2nd grade, so I was fine. I think I got into like Danganronpa sometime in 6th grade too. Well, no, it was definitely 7th grade. 7th grade, March break. Sometime after the Pac-Man phase. Listen, I don't track phases of my life in years. I track them in what I was into. Like, my 7th grade Myrtle Beach trip? No, that was the Pac-Man phase. No, you got things confused. But there's a certain problem with that, in that sometimes I forgot to draw G-Man. Sometimes I hyperfixate on, like, the same things, like, so many times that, like, there is no longer a phase that I can associate. Like, I have had so many Paper Mario phases that they are no longer parts of my life. It's just, I just happen to do this sometimes. Pokemon too, but I feel like Pokemon and Mario are two things I always come back to, but like, there are some weird ass hyperfixations that I'm like, yeah, I just did that for a few months. That was just what happened for a while there. You know, there's some things that I've hyperfixated on for like one huge amount of time and then never again, but like the memories I got from like meeting friends there are like so strong that sometimes I think about sad old men and cry. And sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm talking about Pokemon again. No year, just HOVRI. Yeah. Yeah, huge man. The G stands for God, he's tall! I need to finish up these curtains. It's gonna be strange looking back when I eventually stop fixating on HLVRI. I say eventually because Lord knows when that is gonna happen. It's actually, this has gone on for longer than anticipated. I was not expecting a funny half-life about streamers I don't even watch to like happen this long, but I guess I watch them now. But it'll certainly be interesting, especially if I like get into something obscure. Maybe I'll get into Thomas Nada's joke, and then everyone will unfollow me, and then I'll be like, whoa, remember when I had a famous ass plug once? That was wild. And then we'll all laugh about it as friends. Cause like before this, the closest thing I really had to like popularity, I guess, was like Super Paper Mario. I would say that's probably the only like community people knew me in, and that was only because there's only like 10 of us there. So it's gonna be weird going back to normal after everything's said and done. But I'm not going yet. These boys live in my brain rent free. And it's like, sometimes your next hyperfixation is like a fun guessing game. Sometimes it's like you can predict it because like, oh well, that new installment of a game is coming out in like years, in like a few months. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing. And sometimes it's like, hey, remember that one children's show you used to watch? I do. And then you like hyperanalyze it and you're like, oh fuck. Before HLVR, I was hyperfixating on Sonic. Yeah, I was like, I saw the Sonic movie and I was like, okay, today I will get into Sonic. I'm going to get into Sonic now. There's nothing stopping me. And then HLVRI happened. It was either that or Ace Attorney. Maybe both. Yeah, I always think it's really cool to talk about what people like outside of HLVRI, because we all like the same thing, but also we all like vastly different things. And it's like, wow. Like, I don't think I would have ever crossed paths with some of you guys, because my interests involve like baby shows and video games. And it's just interesting to see. You know, no hyperfixation too strange. Hat and Time Lovers? Oh my god. I've been meaning to like fully like play that game, but I know of Hat and Time and I know it's very good. I know of The Snatcher. I know of Hat Child. You know what? We're breaking free from the playlist for a second. I know Passport Guardian's about to play, but I need to... Yeah, mine was Ace Attorney, which was weird because I went from hyperfixating on a new thing to hyperfixating on a new thing. And you know, sometimes you're like, brain, can we please hyperfixate on this thing? I miss it. And then your brain's like, no. You know, I'll say to myself like, oh, it would be nice to get into Splatoon again, and then I'd be like, you know, hint hint. And then my brain will just be like, we do not see. You know, I made a Splatoonio, I put a lot of thought into it, and then I was like, fuck. I made Y2K VR, and I was like, fuck, bye. And, you know, it's not as if I haven't put thought into, like, my other AUs. Every time I do a crossover AU, either it's just, like... Well, most of my crossovers are, like, not exactly the same. Like, SPM VRAI is, like, a bit different, and then the Octo Expansion AU is a bit different. God. HLVRI, like, brings the neurodivergence toward it like moths to a flame. Yeah, I have too many AUs. This is a fact. You know, sometimes I'll be like, what if I told you guys about my cringiest hyperfixations? And I was like, oh no, that's cringe. And you know, cringe culture is dead, but self-embarrassment sure isn't. Like, I think saying cringe culture is dead to someone who's embarrassed about sharing things. It's fine, it's a nice sentiment, but also you can't just turn off being embarrassed. Like, you know, it's entirely up to them based on what they want to share. And, you know, like, the sentiment's nice. That means, like, you know, if you want to share, we're ready, but also, like, sometimes your brain is like, no, this is cringe, goodbye. And, like, my hyperfixations are not the most mature, perhaps, because I'm a dumb baby who likes dumb baby things. And that's what makes it, like, HLVRII interesting, because I myself am a dumb baby who likes dumb baby things, but Half-Life is not a baby thing. Half-Life is a man thing. Half-Life is a series about funny Gordon go attack alien. And HLVRII has very raunchy jokes. So it's interesting, because I don't meet you know, the baby show likers are few and far between. A bag of kibble. Come here, Forza, we have kibble for you. But, like, HLVRI is also silly and funny, so it does attract some baby show likers. So it's like a mixed bag of what the fuck people were into before HLVRI. I don't actually have solid designs for the hunters yet, so I'm just gonna give them random colors.
I like this one a lot better. I would definitely drink this.
Enjoy any size coffee for just $1 at A&W.
Can you stop playing ads? Thought Half-Life was for cishet men, then I started liking it. I knew Half-Life because, like, growing up on the internet, you know Valve games, you know funny TF2, you know funny Gordon Freeman, you know you know Funny Chell and Funny Wheatley. So that's just kind of what I knew Half-Life as. It's like, yeah, it's a Valve game. Gordon Freeman, Half-Life 3 confirmed, John Freeman, who was Gordon Freeman's brother. Versus 1010 always makes me sad because the best part of their theme song is when they sing at you, but they don't sing at you in the OST version. But you can still hear it in your mind. Free A&W ad, no problem. Yeah, I've only ever had, like, I know of Valve games, but I've never, like, played through all of them. Even though I have Portal 2 on Steam, I just don't play it. But I know of it. And I know of TF2. Ten has no right having such a catchy song. I want those twinks obliterated. Portal and Half-Life is for the LGBTs. Want the Portal 2 stream? Oh no. I'm not good at puzzles, you guys. I wouldn't put you guys through that. Oh, forgot Forge's butt chin. That's important. I know it's a good game, but I'm bad at video games. Oh, right, I forgot to go to the stairs. Silly. I hate drawing stairs, I've decided. I gotta make sure that this doesn't run past 6:30. Cause usually my streams are just fucking around till we find out, but today I actually have a class. This is what being a responsible adult is like. Who's this dude in the top left? Oh, this is G-Man. No, that's Forzen over there. Oh, you mean of my stream? That's Dedede. That is King Dedede of Kirby fame. That is my dad.
Wondering if buying a home is still possible?
No, I'm not.
Let a CIBC mortgage advisor show you how.
No. Oh wait. No. This is why you download the music. This is why you download the music.
DDD, that's the name you should know. DDD, he's the king of the show.
Yes, I pirate everything.
DDD is the one. DDD is the one. Coming at ya. Yeah.
This DDD production is sponsored by Nightmare Enterprises. It's like they drew these with their eyes closed.
Ready, our lines are coming up.
kind of stuff in. Men I like but do not respect anime DVD. Oh, maybe I should change the music. Sorry, I zoned out to DDD coming at you there for a second. That little strand of helmet hair I always have to draw. It's a disease. I do think I actually mentioned how Benry does have like a bunch of paintings hung up in the house. In the next chapter of the vampire fic, which you people do not see yet. The next chapter of the doc fic is gonna be really fun because it'll be a time skip ahead to when Benry joins the team. And for those of you who know the Mad Science team, you'd know that Benry is literally just the one normal person there, that he's just very polite. So it's gonna be fun to write him encountering Doc, I guess. And I just did a time skip because writing Doc in the past is hard and I want to write a mad scientist. But yes, that will be happening soon. And hopefully the next chapter of World Stop sometime because Kittle got his happy ending in a fucking spin-off of that, but he still needs his regular happy ending. And you know what? Like, at the beginning of HLVRV, like, I was like, okay, well, Kittle gets his happy ending here, but in the original, he'll still be an asshole, that's fine. And then I just wrote HLVRV, and I was like, oh god, oh fuck, Kittle. It's hard because I did not write World Stop with the idea that Kittle would be redeemable in mind. I mean, not in the way that like, oh, Kittle's gonna set a baby on fire, but like, he's a dude fucking around playing video games. That was his purpose. And then I was like, oops, I humanized him, oops. So I'm gonna try and get more of that into the World Stop fic. Maybe a kaiju fight or something, I don't know. You know what a question I always get but can like never answer is? People ask me all the time, Mothra, how do you get famous doing an ass blog? Like, I don't fucking know. You think I know how Y2KVR got famous? No, I didn't go like spreading it around. I just went like, here's my new AU, I might make an ass blog or something, and then everyone was like, okay, and then filled my box with hundreds of questions, and then that's how it happened. Like, I do not have tips for you. This is just a series of events which has happened to me. Like, genuinely, it wasn't like some kind of plan that I thought of. It was just like, people liked my funky HLVR art, and then some people were already following me for Y2KVR, and then they were like, cool. And then, you know what happens when people like stuff? They tell it to their friends. So their friends are like, cool. And then you blink, and then Y2KVR has 2,000 followers. The cool outfits got us. Imagine getting famous. Like, legit, there is no... Tumblr fame is not something you can calculate. It just happens. 2,000 followers. Yeah, that's on that blog though. My main blog is more. This is not a flex. I would not wish Tumblr fame upon my worst enemies. Yeah, my main has 2,376 followers right now. Did lots of people unfollow Y2K when it was done, or are there still lots there? Actually, people are still following Y2KVR, which is strange to me, because that's done, that's finished. Y2KVR is over. There are 2,175 people here waiting to be disappointed. Unless I do something for Halloween. But here's the thing. What I was planning to do on Halloween kind of got, not really ruined, but like, it done on HLVRV. What happened? It was gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And it was gonna be like Halloween post-game thing. And it was gonna be like regular spooky stuff. It's gonna be regular spooky stuff, and it's like, oh, you know, the robots are going trick-or-treating, it's awesome. And then Gordon would get infected again, and it would be a bad case of the lover boys, that's what I was gonna call it. And it would be like, oh fuck! And then, that's because I wanted more LB, I wanted to do more stuff with him. And then HLVRV happened, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's done now. But I might do something cute for a Halloween special. Depending. But, you know, I still want to do something for Halloween just because I, like, said I would, so. And the idea of, like, all the robots going trick-or-treating sounds really cute to me. How wild do the Mad Science team go for Halloween? They practically are already, like, walking Halloween costumes is the thing. Like most of them light up like glow sticks. Doc lights up like a glow stick. Tommy probably has his dad's weird eyes, and Bubby can probably just shock people just because. But they're probably like, dude, they would do the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. Ah, Benner looks. He does not look well. Perfect. Whoops, that's too pink. Just fix that. Get a nice color. Get this Benry some crackers. But yeah, I think I've had this discussion about like Halloween things before with like some friends, but Malcolm is canonically the kind of guy who leaves out a take one bowl. You know, those nice take one bowls where it's like you want to take one and then some like jerk kid takes like 10. So anyways, take one bowl and like you think he's not home, right? Cuz take one bowl. And take one bowl and then like you take one and you walk past this weird like Halloween decoration of a guy, like a hooded guy, and you're like, fucking Halloween decoration, lol. And you walk back from the take one, and then Malcolm fucking jumps up at you because he was the decoration. That's the kind of guy he is. Yeah, I remember being like so scared to trick or treat, like around but specifically around those take one bowls, because like I had it happen to me once and I was like, no, never again. And then my mom would be like, Mothra, it's a take one bowl. Don't you want to go take one? And I'd be like, no, I don't, thanks. Doc steals Kittle's candy from the bowl. He fears nothing. Malcolm wants to see children suffer, and that's respectable. Okay, Benry's a little red. He's very red. He's a bit too red. Can I fix this? Yeah, that works. Someone takes all the candy so Kittle throws the bowl at their head. I imagine like halfway through, like Player comes outside and he gets scared by Kittle and he's like, oh fuck, Player, is that you? And then like Player sits with him and makes sure he doesn't scare any of the kids, so now it's just fucking Malcolm in a hood and Player like, hi guys! Nope, that's terrible. I need to go find my Gordon so I can color pick. I imagine Player, like, he isn't like a mom friend type, but like, he would be the kind of person that like, he picks a lame Halloween costume, and then he just kind of sticks with it. Like, he just shows up in the kitchen and he's like, I'm a bag of milk for Halloween, and then Kittle's just like, I can't even look at you right now. Oh my god, Kittle's scaring the robot team. That'd be a bad idea, half of them are fucking armed. You know, Restrictor has his gun. Bubby is quite literally the firewall. Coomer has like extendo arms and, you know, the rest of them. Kittle fucking dies. And Bubby would accidentally light him on fire, but actually on purpose. Player would just sit in a box and be like, I'm a box. The fucking Restrictor's like, nobody scares my son. And Spork's like, okay, gotta go. Restrictor is banned from Halloween for being a murderer. Now Gordon's beard here, he's kind of chomping at Nandor the Relentless kind of vibe. Yeah, I think Spork is the kind of person who, like, they say they aren't really into Halloween, and like, parts of it they aren't, you know, they're not that big a fan of candy, and like, you know, they could go without costumes, but like, Gordon B asked them to decorate the house and they're like, fucking okay, and then they turn it into like Jigsaw. Like, I feel like they'd just be really good at like capturing the atmosphere of the spooks. And then Gordon B's like, wow, this is really good. You want to put on a costume to finish it? And Spork's like, no. And meanwhile, Gordon B is like, he also goes all out, but it's like costumes only because he's not good at like interior design. Gordon B like, it's like, oh god, my arm, and then everyone's freaking out, and then he's like, I'm just kidding, guys, I was a prosthetic, and everyone's like, what the fuck, Gordon? And together they make the dream team. Folly Ollie, thank you for the follow. Neo absolutely loves Halloween. In their storage room, the storage room with the evil mattress in it, their house is already full of skeletons. Neo's house is already full of skeletons. Neo has a bunch of skeletons that are specifically designated for Halloween. Alright, now I'm gonna try and make Gordon's skin tone a bit more dead without making it look weird. Yeah, Christmas skeletons. He probably has some Christmas skeletons too. Yeah, I think the skeletons that I have mentioned are the hallway skeletons, the glittery ones. There's Jeffrem, who is the guardian of the evil mattress. There is Bonehilda, who is in the front yard. There is Joshua, the skeleton of plastic. I think that's all the ones that have names. Friend of Josh.
Hey, you're pretty mature than I thought. Good going.
Thanks, but you're still bigger than your normal size.
You're right. Make me small again.
Halloween. Gordon, where are the Christmas skeletons? But yeah, Neo loves Halloween. He loves dressing up. He loves being a spooky. And I don't. Yeah, Neo is that kind of person to make to go all out on Halloween, but just because they kind of usually go all out, it's not like Spork or Gordon B where they just have Halloween mode. But it's like Neo goes to the store and buys all the good candy. It's not that he just has all the good candy. He goes to the store with the intent to load up on the fucking rich people chocolate bars. And I feel like Swap would take a while to get used to the Hallows of Eve. Neo would definitely brief Swap for at August. They would start at August to brief Swap about Halloween, because there is no way that imagine being Swap and seeing a dude in an HEV suit and deciding, okay, that's suspicious. Imagine being Swap and then going to the human world and then everyone is monsters for a day. So he's gonna need some explaining. Do you think Neo would like apple cider? Probably. Neo has a bit of a sweet tooth, but I think they could probably get around to it. Yeah, that's why Neo needs to brief Swap a few months in advance, because fucking Halloween is a scary experience. But honestly, I think Swap would be way too into it, because he's way too into everything. Neo's okay, we gotta Gordo, come help me put out the yard skeletons, and then he's I can't, I'm booby trapping the front lawn. And then Neo would be no, don't do that. I imagine Neo and Swap probably do a couple's costume. But it's something weird, a chainsaw murder and their murder victim, and everyone's are you two okay? But it it would also take them a while to decide what their couple's costume is, because Swap has cool ideas and Neo's dude, you could be Crazy Frog and I could be his motorbike. And then Swap's no. Addams family, Neo and Swap, oh my god, that's great. And then the rest of the Addams family is just skeletons. Freeman's science team on Halloween. But which one is Morticia? Oh god, I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The one person I have like a definite Halloween headcanon for is the boss, and he's like, yeah, this is our Halloween costumes. We're the Sadmans, and then everyone's like, God fucking damn it. You know, reduce, reuse, recycle. Gordon and Darnold are frustrating to put outfits in because they're both orange. They're both orange. But you know, orange looks very nice on Darnold, so I can't complain too much. It's a nice shade of orange. But imagine if like Darnold was purple or something. Would that not be cool? Next year they're the Madmans with the black of their outfits and slightly red tinted. Yeah, I definitely think Darnold is more of like a reddish orange, and Gordon is more of like a yellowy orange. What if Swap and Neo did their Half-Life outfit swap, so Neo is dressed as Ken and Ben and Swap as Ken and Gordon? That'd be funny. God, you know, and I bet like entering the party they'd like try to trick people a little bit, but like the Neo doesn't have that ethereal glow that Benry's have, and Gordon's hair doesn't move erratically. This is Toad's Factory from Mario Kart Wii. Yeah, I think purple would be a fun color for Darnold. I think Darnold deserves all colors. You know, I think purple HLVRI, purple OCs are very smart because purple is not a color that was used for text in HLVRI. Spin it, boys. HLVRI, but everyone's purple. Yeah, I used to say that purple was my favorite color, and I still really like purple, but lately I've just been dressing myself in red and black. Red and black is very evil, and I like that. The science team behind the slaughter. Yeah, blue is good, but red on its own, it's like, okay, that's fine, I guess. But red and black is like, oh yes, now we're talking. Red, black, and purple are the designated evil colors in my brain. Yeah. Honestly, black and anything is just like the ideal color combination. Like black and pink, hell yes. Black and red, hell yes. Black and orange, hell yes. Black and yellow, yep. It's all fantastic. Evil characters who don't look evil. Yeah, those are great. I love all evil characters. And there's G-Man. And I think that we are done with the vampires. Oh wait, no, Forzen's in a void, we're not done. Please, Forzen, you gotta get out of the white zone. Alright. And I think I'm gonna need to put a bit of a filter on this because it is nighttime. I kiss him. Yes. I've been told my Forzens are quite kissable. I didn't set out to make the world's most kissable Forzen. I thought it would be funny if Forzen had an undercut and he grew it out a bit too much. His hair looks, whoops, oh no. Well, now I gotta go fill in the whites of everything. Ah, I see. Alright. I'm just gonna fill that out real quick. Your Forzen's kissable. Cannot help it. Yeah, that's dark enough. Being gay in this chat is mandatory. If you are not gay, leave. Yeah, I was thinking of doing commissions, but like, I also don't wanna right now. Like, I know now would be the time to strike with all the popularity and all, but like, also I don't wanna. Cause I don't have my own PayPal yet, and my dad was like, okay, you can use my PayPal if you want, and I was like, okay, but it goes to his account, not mine. And I thought that would be fine, but my dad was like, did you know? Did you know? Like, my parents are nosy is the thing. Yeah, I feel like the two ways Forzen is written, there are 3 ways Forzen is written. The first way is not at all because you do not particularly care for Forzen. And that is fantastic. That, you know what, who am I to force people to like Forzen, you know? So the first way is just no, set Forzen to no. The second way is I do not like Forzen, but I needed to put him in the AU, so we just kind of like a bootlegger. That's his personality. His personality is military man. And the third one is like total fucking dumbass. Like, if you don't like Forzen, then he's probably written as some kind of like conniving like genius who hates dogs or something. But if you do like Forzen, he's probably a dumbass. Because people who like Forzen don't like him because he's like, oopsie, that's spoilers for things. If you don't like Forzen, you don't like him because he's in the military, you don't like him because he kidnapped Tommy's dog, you don't like him because he's boring or whatever. But if you do like Forzen, you like him because he's a fucking dumbass, you like him because he likes Beyblades, you like him because he doesn't know what he's doing. And that's how people write them. And that, I find it funny that you can tell immediately, like, people's opinions on Forzen based on which aspects of this character they highlight. Yeah, there are definitely characters that are, like, more interesting than Forzen. And, you know, he is a minor character, so it's not like he's gonna be the most popular. And I do think Darnold has a more interesting, like, stage presence to him, like, all in all. Like, Forzen appears twice, but Darnold appears once and, like, fucking steals the show. So I am glad Darnold at least gets the attention he deserves. I'm gonna I'm gonna do some stuff before I have to stop. If you guys have any suggestions for sketches, I'm open to them. Get to suckin'. Darnold to Tuesday. This is gonna be Neo now. Always gotta draw Neo. Oh yeah, Asma. Yes, Asma is on the list now. Cause I gotta get the reckoning started back up again. Lucy's sprites were in plain sight, but that's fine. Neo is very funny because like the role swap AU was like, I garnered like, I wouldn't call it a following, but like it was like people who liked the AU and were like, well, talk to us about it. And you know, that's how I made a few friends in HLVRII. And so those are the people who knew Neo, and it's like, oh, it's Neo. It's our good friend Neo. And then when HLVRV was made, everyone was like, oh, Neo. And I was like, whoa, now everyone knows Neo. Because I had been talking about him on like the blog for a while, and everyone was like, holy fuck, can I get a ref for Neo? And I was like, oh boy, here we go. Which, Neo is funny because, you wouldn't know it these days. You wouldn't know it based on how, like, how much I cry about Neo and Swap, but Neo was not supposed to exist just like Kittle was not supposed to exist. I was like, well, the player doesn't matter. The player doesn't matter. The player does not matter. This is a role swap figure, but Benry, if I put the player in, things will get ruined. And then I put the player in, and things didn't get ruined. Like, I think when I just put like little quips as the player, that wasn't me like trying to make a character or anything. The first explicitly like player headcanon I had that wasn't just like a faceless person like controlling Benry. It was like during the betrayal. It was during the betrayal because I was like, well, the player is autistic and he's gonna have a meltdown. And that was the first trait that Neo ever had. Just like, yeah, this bitch has autism. We gotta do it. And then like more stuff happened. Like I think the TF2 scene was like just the player happening, and then it was like, well, now I should do it because I had an emotional scene with the player at the end too, and it was like, all right, well, we're giving this guy a name, neurodivergent rights. And then I was like, what the fuck am I gonna name this dude? What's a kind of weird non-binary name? Because I don't just like pick weird non-binary names for no reason, but you know, I wanted the player to be a he/they non-binary person, so I was like, well, what's a good name? And then I came across Neo because of Neo Geo and like Neo from the Matrix, you know, Keanu Reeves, and I was like, oh, okay, that one sounds right. And then Neo was borned. Yeah, like, you can see posts on my blog of me going, no, I'm not fucking making Kittle, it's gonna be Neo all over again. And then it was. The end. Which, I don't know how I thought it was gonna get away with that, because, like, fucking HLVRV, Kittle, what, did I think he was just gonna be in the body forever? Chat's going wild for asthma. Yeah, I can't wait to write more Asthma because they're one of my favorites, but they've kind of been keeping this mysterious front, well, as long as they can. Anyways, they're a bit of an attention seeker, so they bother Sinclair anyways. General conclusion from this art stream is that we haven't had a single lag moment. We have not had a single lag moment, which is very exciting to me. Finally, lag is gone. Oh god, my university class is gonna be 6:30 to 8:30. Oh boy. I don't know why I've been drawing my... I don't know why I've been drawing my persona so much lately. I think the moment I started giving myself a fucked up and evil mustache, I was like, oh, I'm allowed to have fun with my gender presentation. Oh, this is good. Like, it was the fucked up mustache, and then I was like, well, I'll just start fucking dressing like a bad guy then. And then it was fun. Yeah, you just giving yourself some facial hair when you kind of can't, like, you know, present yourself as someone with facial hair. Like, I want to learn makeup just so I can draw a fucked up little mustache on myself sometimes. My corruption arc, yes. And I gave myself a fucked up turtleneck because I like turtlenecks and a villain coat. And I'm gonna draw myself in sunglasses. Yeah, I think it was like me realizing a lot of my favorites have like fucked up and evil mustaches. And I was like, oh, maybe I need a fucked up and evil mustache. And then it happened. Think Mother Senna would have to live in Canada or die from heat exhaustion. The benefits of being in Canada is that I can wear turtleneck. Mother Senna wears sleeveless turtleneck, yes or no? Yes, but only in the summertime. But you literally cannot tell. Right. I think I have done enough stupid drawings. Not like the bad kind of stupid, but I mean, what do you even call this? And I have class in 15 minutes. So I'm gonna just do one more of my Sona real quick, and then we're gonna call it a day. I have philosophy. This is my first philosophy class, so hopefully that's not too boring. Holly's live? Oh, we can raid her. The traditional Holly raid. Oh, I guess we can think of a welcome message, or raid message. Plantoru, thank you for the follow. Oh, we should say greetings from hell. Cause you know I'm demon. Greetings from hell, the demons are here. Hello from hell. And oh yeah, I forgot this is my, oh, I know she's playing Doom. We're in hell in Doom. I was gonna play Flea Market Montgomery, but then I realized we don't have Flea Market Montgomery with us because this is a new setup. So I'm just gonna pause the music real quick. And then we're going to raid.